Hey, what is up, everybody? Uh, Maybe a little lower on the mic, a little less in my face. Let's see how that goes. Um, yeah, so I'm out riding my single speed tonight, and uh, unfortunately, my sciatica pain's back a little bit. It's not horrible yet, but it's back. So I was riding my upright single speed, sweep back bars, the tall Nito Technomic stem. Get home, plenty of time. Call Aaron to say goodnight before I start streaming and all that kind of stuff. And then I'm like, all right, I'm going to ice my back, lower back, ice my leg a little bit, and sit on the couch. I watch if you guys follow a YouTube channel called The Lantern Rouge, it's about pro cycling, kind of breaking down analysis type stuff. But I was watching it about today's Tour de France Femme stage, which one of my favorite riders won, so I wanted to watch some more analysis of the breakdown. Sitting there on the couch, just of course, totally chill. Like, yeah, I'm gonna stream it a little bit, so I'm just gonna relax, ice my leg because it hurts my back, and then realize I hadn't done a single thing to set up this live stream. Like, hadn't made the thumbnail, hadn't done any of that. So it's like 8:35, and I do the 10-minute countdown, but before the 10-minute countdown starts, I need to check that the camera's working, the mic's working, and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully, it all is. So, anyways, just one of those stupid things where I'm like, yeah, so get down here, start setting everything up, getting the mic set up. And I had broken everything down because I was doing different filming with all this equipment. Then I get down here and like some of this stuff is beer splattered from having Aaron and Large Marge and Funny Brad over last week. So it's funny. No matter how well I feel like I have everything planned and laid out, I still always end up like finding a way to make myself have to rush and feel stressed for a moment. So anyways, got it all pulled off. So let's see who all we got in here tonight. JLS 320, what's up? Pudgy's in here. Blackball, how you doing, man? Jay Dandy. Um, did I say? I did say Pudgy already. Large Marge, oh, you're back. I saw you were out riding and having a beer down in South Akron area. Raymond, what's up, man? Hey, Dylan, Iced Tea's nuts. Member for 18 months. Nice. That's insane. That we've been around this long. Um, Rick Urbanowski, longtime listener, first time caller. Yes. And the answer to your question, yes, any bike is a gravel bike. You just have to want it enough. Oh, Jay Dandy, you said Tom Peacock, Ineos rider's descent was your favorite part of the tour. Absolutely unbelievable, Tom Peacock's descending skills. Also, I'm going to be interested since he came over from the cyclocross world, like, Wout van Aert and Vanderpool, even though Vanderpool did nothing in the tour this year. I think he was coming off a sickness. There had to be something up with Vanderpool. But how far Peacock will go in road racing. He's shown some flashes of brilliance, and he's on a great team, so it'll be interesting to see if he is able to progress to another level. I think they need to decide what he should be as a rider. Like, should he be targeting the classics? Should he be a Grand Tour rider? Anyways, so yeah, that'll be interesting to see. But yeah, his descending was downright terrifying, almost, I would say. So
Maximiliano Diaz subscribed to the channel.
thank you, Maximiliano. Hey, what's up, Jacob? Jacob, you landed COVID last Tuesday. Oh, you've been living the pre-stream setup, just edge of your seat, getting stuff done. Yeah. I hope it isn't too bad for you, Jacob. It seems like this latest, what are they calling it, BA5 or whatever version of the virus. All my friends who got it had it way worse than I did, and I don't know because I didn't get, I only took the home test, but I think I had the first version probably of Omicron, and my sickness was very mild. But my friends who, Aaron and Funny Brad, they had it much worse than I did. So everyone's affected differently, but hopefully yours isn't too bad. Hey, what's up, C Stanton? How you doing? It has been a while since, definitely been on the live stream. So what's up, Muskrat? Peacock's descent. Hey, what's up, Hugh? You said what's good? First time listener. We'll be doing the Pitt to DC ride soon. Awesome. So you're gonna head in that direction then, Pittsburgh to DC. Been doing a lot of talking in the comment section since we did the trip of the videos about the Gap Trail and the CNO Trail about which way is better, and I don't think actually one way would be considerably better than the other, but it's like a fun topic to discuss because they are with climbing up to the Continental Divide and from Cumberland to the Continental Divide being so much shorter but so much steeper does add a dynamic to the way you head. Then I'm also thinking how you end. So like riding into Pittsburgh, how it gets very industrial on your way in and stuff like that is kind of a unique experience. And then try and find your way to the point in Pittsburgh if you're going to get to mile zero, or I think they actually call that like mile 153 out there, is kind of interesting. I think going the other way, the benefit of going into DC is you kind of come out of the woods. You've been like out there feeling like in the middle of nowhere along the beautiful Potomac River, and then all of a sudden you're in Washington, DC, and I think that would also be an interesting experience. I keep saying if we do it again, and Lar just said this as well, we would reverse it just to change it up because then the stops would probably end up different, and you want to see it the other way anyways. So. Jay Dandy, you're talking about Peacock. Think he'll be awesome in every discipline. He might be a Wout Van Aert character. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Sam Diaz? Black Ball. Emilio, how you doing? Farley, what's up? Oh, Rick, you had a COVID scare last week, but you didn't end up getting it. Because, yeah, Rick, you're one of the... Rick and Pudgy, you're still two of the ones who have never had it, right? So, yeah. Oh, Hugh. Oh, that's right. I don't know if I did know that. Hugh, you live in D.C., so you'd finish at home. That's awesome because before this year, we've always done over not always, but the last few years we've done Ohio to Erie. And a really cool thing when we finally reversed it was we finished at home too. So we just rode, here where I'm recording right now. So it was kind of cool to just end up at home. It's cool going the other way too, because then you ride from home as well. So still, each has their benefits. Hey, Claire, how you doing? Channel member Claire's up in the chat tonight. Nathan Mace. Oh, Rick, it took you 4 days to get your PCR results back? I thought one of the points of PCR testing was that it was more, I mean, I guess the home tests are instant, but they're unreliable to a point because, like I said, I tested negative and then I went out riding at a group event and the next day I tested positive. So luckily, it turned out I didn't get anyone that I know about sick, so... Oh, Jacob, you said your COVID has been mild, just super tired. That's what happened to me. I felt like I had a common cold, and then I had like light, very light, mild, like flu symptoms, and then like a few days of being tired, but not horrible. So, what's up, Chris McCallum? Rick, easy with that language. some woman who had it. Oh. JMZ, how's it going? Traveling through, what's up? I have a new I added a wait, am I in the chat over here? A new command for traveling through, by the way. If you're new around here, we have some commands in the chat box that if you do an exclamation point, they'll make some actions happen. So and Stream Elements is the guy who relays them, the robot that relays it to here. So, oh, Farley, you haven't had it either, huh? Rick's establishing his personality. Rick ended up with a case of the cooties. I've actually, Jacob, you said you're not a napper. Man, I've with the sciatica, it like I said, my sciatica pain, it's nerve pain through my leg, and it hasn't because I know it kind of that's another thing that affects people differently. It hasn't been been that bad when I'm active. Like standing here, it's not bothering me that bad. I can feel it. But at night when I'm just trying to sleep, it's really been annoying me. And so it's been hard to get to sleep. I'll wake up in the middle of the night with some pain. And then I have to get so exhausted before I'll fall back asleep. But unfortunately, I just haven't had the time to nap the last couple days because I would have been happy with a little bit of napping. So, oh, Claire, you said you had it too. Minor symptoms, but the exhaustion was surprising. Yeah, that's what hit me after. My symptoms pretty much went away, and then the exhaustion kind of hit me. I think it was a few days of being really tired after I had a little bit of symptoms. But did you guys see, Chris, you just said naps are awesome? Right before I started streaming, what was I looking at? Someone had posted a link to Facebook that, like, people who nap have, like, a 22% higher risk of something. But again, I think it probably ties into the fact that they're napping because they're already symptomatic of something else. So people read those studies and then you go and dig deeper and it's like, oh, that's just a sign of, yeah, it's skewed. The results are usually skewed. But anyways, it did pop up in my feed. It's just funny we're talking about it. What do you guys, are you guys talking about hockey? This sounds like some hockey talk here because I have no idea what it means. 22% higher chance of feeling rested. Yeah, because that's what's so funny about those studies. So they say you have a 22% chance of like, what it was like high blood pressure or something else like that. But then, like, again, like sleep deprivation is like one of the most dangerous things that, like, as a normal, healthy human, you could have. So it's like being well rested. I don't know. Yeah, you know what I mean. All those studies are written in some medical journal. Some newspaper or cable news channel pulls out that one headline, and then everyone's like, "Oh, I guess I shouldn't nap anymore." And it's like your sleep's probably more important than whatever that statistic was. So, yeah, Jacob, I'm a Facebook scientist. I get all my politics and all my science news from things that people that I went to high school with posted on Facebook, and that's how I have become so intelligent. Yeah, we gotta scare them from their basic needs. That's right. Sam Diaz, that's why you just sleep all day. Anyways, yeah, fake. I, by the way, speaking of Facebook and social media, I don't know. I can't remember what it was, but if you're still on Facebook or if you've ever been on Facebook, it has like that memory thing. Each day you could look at something and it'll show you whatever you had posted on that day. This was a while ago, but I saw one from like 11 years ago where I had talked about something being fake news. And I'm like, Stephen Colbert has always kind of claimed that he started fake news before like Fox and the right wing took all that over. And I saw that post, and next time it comes up, I'll screen cap it so I could share it in the Discord. But I'm like, I think I'm actually the one who invented the word fake news. But I'm sure, you know, putting two normal words together. But I was still like kind of surprised when I saw that I had posted that about something a long, long time ago. And it was politically related, but I think it was more about like healthcare or something. Anyways, whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm an anti-napper. Tim's an anti-nap type. We like to be called. Pudgy, don't don't stereotype me and use the wrong terms. Hey, what's up, Moon Lake 2? Just sat down for a craft brew after a nice bike ride. I think that's probably what I'd say about 50% of us, right? At least within a couple hours. Yeah, and so I felt like having a classic on here because they had it across the street, a Columbus Brewing Technicolor hat, which we get at the drive-thru across the street every so often. But this has been like a huge week for the channel, so I felt like a classic made sense and all that. But yeah, with the CNO videos and then the that one about what I learned from bike packing, like it's been really cool, but just a lot of new faces around. Like, uh, kind of a big jump in views and subscribers, which I I felt like the CNO videos would do well, and I felt like doing voiceovers instead of just making them because my thing is I love '90s skate videos, and I felt like that's what I was just making for like the cycling world or my just for me and my friends, like little little vignettes of our trips so we could remember them. And that's kind of what I started doing when I started posting the cycling videos. But yeah, doing the voiceover stuff is, especially from those trails that people would be searching about a lot, has had like a huge impact on the channel. I mean, massive. Like I was saying in the Discord, if you're not in there, someone could probably drop that link. That the little timer does it every once in a while, but that's where we could drop bike pictures and all that. But I was talking in there like this week has been bigger than the whole first year of me doing like bike content on this channel. Because if you don't know, I'm a professional photographer, and I would make photography videos or just travel, whatever I wanted, because it didn't matter. There were like 35 subscribers to this channel, so I just posted when and wherever I wanted. I actually started doing the original thing this channel was beer reviews, but it was not about beer reviews. It was about me learning how to do videography for my career. But that was like the avenue I took to do it. And then at the beginning of 2020 is when I was mixing it up between photography and cycling stuff because there was nothing else to do. And I'm like, I should use this time to get better at videography. And YouTube was just a way to make myself do that. So, yeah, been posting at least one video every week since the beginning of 2020. And then when the pandemic hit, we started doing these nerdy bike chat streams. And yeah, here we are. So, yeah, it's been fun. So. Bill Dub stealing your bit. uh, let's see what I think some other people dropped some couple drink picks tonight. I know Large was out earlier. Oh yeah, Large having a Thirsty Dog Wahoo IPA. This is the dock right by Magic City, right, Large? Out in South Akron. That's where I was guessing it was. So. Farley is having a call in the cavalry? Who is this? Oh, Millersburg Brewing. Nice. 9%. I was just talking to Dylan, and then I've been talking with Marge. On our 4th of July trip when we did Ohio to Erie, we would stop at Millersburg Brewing on our way to our campsite for the first night or the last night, depending on which way we were heading. But I really want to do that as an overnighter from here. It would be Towpath Trail to the Sippo Trail, some Amish country roads, and then there's a Amish country like carriage trail, and there's a pretty campground out there, and stop there for dinner again. And there's a pond that we go swimming in that Pudgy was supposed to be at before everything went sideways on their tour this summer. So. What does Raymond have here? Raymond is drinking a Mega Boss IPA. Whoops. I need to click on the right. Oh, what's going on? Why can't I zoom in on that? Oh, open original. There we go. Newburgh Brewing? Is that who that is? Yeah, Newburgh Brewing Company. Huh, not familiar. I like that can. I like the graphic design there for sure. And Nicholas is drinking a Dogfish Head, Mandarin and Mango Crush. Huh. I've had most Dogfish Heads, but I don't think I've actually had this one. Let's see what it says. Ale brewed with orange mango and natural flavor added. 6%. Oh yeah, Pudgy back in the Blue Moon days. Oh, Claire, you said you really enjoyed the CNO videos. Felt like I gave useful info on the trail. Thanks, I appreciate that. I know, I felt like if I just put them out with music, I'm like, there needs to be some context to what's going on in these videos, and then I'm like, you know what? Whenever I've done like some voiceovers, people have commented that they were helpful, and I'm like, maybe the purpose of this channel should be to be a little more helpful. I know some other people have commented on like the vintage builds and their bikes, and they've enjoyed the information. So yeah, I think that's kind of going to be more the direction to head here. I'm still going to do ride videos. I don't even care if they're like viewed like 1/10 as much as some of the other videos. I still just like, I want to make some stuff that is just like fun, even if it's not as popular. But yeah, I don't mind the idea of doing some more informational stuff. I mean, I think there is like some kind of teaching streak that I have.
Jean-Francois Goulet subscribed to the channel.
Oh, thanks. I do have a couple, and I did actually just schedule a couple photography things where I'm going to be teaching photography. One's going to be a smartphone class at the Akron Art Museum, which will be interesting. But I think there are those little tips that you could give people to make their stuff better that don't think about things. So yeah, I do. I guess I like it. Earthquaker hit me up about doing some stuff over there and helping them out with their thumbnails for YouTube and stuff like that. So it just shows how this is still paying off for the actual professional career. Like, I love that this is growing and being its own thing, but yeah, I'm still a professional photographer and videographer, and that's how I get paid. So, oh, Chris, you said I love the videos of you just riding around and running around with your friends. That's good to hear, because like I said, I really like making those. Obviously, YouTube's algorithm is going to like whenever you review something or you talk about something, but I do like making the fun ones. So Rick, you said you watch the CNO videos, so now you don't have to ride it. Yeah, it's a bummer, Pudgy, that the Ohio to Erie didn't work out for you guys. And like I was saying, like I wouldn't mind riding that northern part again because I missed it this year. I think it's what I missed the most. So maybe we could even time that up. So oh, Nicholas, you were saying that beer was hella expensive. $16 for a 6 pack. But then again, Dogfish Head has like when their 120 minutes comes out and stuff, isn't it? Like it could be like they have like 4 packs that are like $30. So Dogfish Head definitely does exclusive style beers. Also, guys, let me know if my voice is distorting. It felt like the mic was reading real low on my system that's showing what the input is, but it's showing that it's reading fairly high on the software end of things. So if it sounds weird, let me know and I'll try and fix it, by the way. Oh, hey, mountain biker boy. You said, if you may, great contribution to the Bobic movement and the cycling community. I love that video. Thanks. I almost didn't like putting that video out after the one that about bike packing had done so well, because even though I still used a half clickbaity title, I didn't want to be like trading in that horrible experience. But again, I'm like, well, this is something that I really believe and I think is useful to put out in the world. So I'm like, whatever. Yeah, I thank you. I appreciate that, and I appreciate all the comments on that video. There's just a lot of people who became really, really close with Bobic, and so like I said, as fun as that picnic was to get to hang out with everybody and eat food and drink some beers, and Bobic loved bourbon, so there was a lot of people brought bourbon, and I only did a few shots, but a lot of people were very emotional, so it was very emotional, but also fun, and yeah. So as someone who was a friend but not super close, I didn't want to feel like I was being, whatever the word is, like trying to sell that for YouTube's benefit or whatever. I meant everything I said. So for the record, just to say that, but. Rick said more voiceovers, but with an outrageous phony French accent. I am so bad at accents. Yeah. Yeah, Blue Moon's still around, Chris. But yeah, the story is actually where Dogfish Head started. There was a bar in Rehoboth called the blue moon, and that's where this channel's reference gets it from. I don't know if I'm going to jump. I should do what Terry B does when he doesn't want his, like how we have the chat commands. When he doesn't want to tell a story again, his moderators add like a chat command. I need to add you to that, Pudgy, so you could make your chat commands when you want to. But like, kind of a cool thing is like, I could have like a blue moon command that would be like that paragraph that explained that story, so I don't have to. So the noobs don't, are not the noobs. The noobs can hear it, but the old timers don't have to. They can read it, but my God, can I speak? So people who are newer would be able to read a small paragraph about what it meant without everyone who's been here for a while having to hear me tell the same story again. All right. Whew. Sorry. Thanks for joining me on that journey. So, oh, mountain biker boy, awesome. So you're going to go on your first camping trip, and it was, if I was a little inspirational, that's great. That was there was a video on this channel about my old Peugeot, which is just a cheap Peugeot that I love. That was the first thing that like drew in like outside subscribers, like people who might not be from Ohio. And then I did that one that anyone could go bike packing, and as some people have commented, like that term is supposed to be more for off-roading and all that, but that's the term I used. But my whole idea there was like, you don't need to be intimidated. Like even if you just have a bike that's the bike you have, there's a way to make it work. So that was one of the things, because YouTube, like I said, is geared towards like the greatest and the latest and what's trending. And I kind of want to, one thing I want to keep doing, and I, like I said, whatever it does, I don't care, but is like keep gearing stuff to like what you have might work, and there's a budget way to do stuff. And even in the latest videos when I've talked about like there's some stuff I want to spend my money on now, and sometimes it's very spendy, like that quilt I bought that was like $250, super spendy. Like I take my vacations by bike packing, so I'm not buying airline tickets and I'm not booking expensive hotels. So to me, that's worth it. But I do want to keep doing stuff where it's like, hey, like you don't need an expensive carbon bike. You don't need an 11 speed, 12 speed, 13 speed group set to be able to go out and enjoy yourself. Everything is so commercialized everywhere. So I hope to keep contributing to the idea of like, go have fun. If you get into it, there's nothing wrong with the really nice shit. Like go buy the really nice stuff if this becomes your thing, but you don't need to wait till you have thousands of dollars to start doing something cool and having a good time in the space we're all in. I certainly didn't. When I got back into biking, it was my 2001 Trek mountain bike that still had a beat-up rock shock on it, and I had a blast and was doing the stuff that we're doing now, and that's how I know Large Marge and all that kind of stuff. So, anyways. Hey, what's up, Dan? Oh, dang it. Scrolled too far. Oh, you guys were saying it sounds good. Oh, good. That's. Oh, you guys are talking about High Life, the champagne of beers. Yeah. I'm not over. I'm not totally like. There's still times when I'm drinking a PBR or whatever it may be. One thing, one reason I said PBR, but one reason I like about them is they're still, they're owned by an investment firm, but they're still basically independent, which I like PBR because it's not owned by Miller Coors or the company that owns Anheuser-Busch InBev. So, but yeah, cheap beer. I'm not over cheap beer. I'll still drink some of it. Let me try and catch up on stuff. Oh, Pudgy, to access the list of commands. Oh, you got it, Large. It's just exclamation point commands, and I think it just gives you a link that you can click on. Oh, it did. Okay. I'm so behind in the chat by going on my little tangents, right? Oh, Jay Dandy, you said old timers equal blue mooners. I like that. Yeah. uh, I talk so I get off topic, then I can't remember what some of your guys' comments are about. So, Nicholas, you said Spindad had a good short story about this today. I didn't see what he posted today, so I'll have to check it out. I already can't remember what. Oh, I don't have a Rick command. I haven't. We'll have to add a Rick command, that's for sure. Uh, oh, Jacob, you were saying the big names have gotten insane in gear recommendations, pushing 9,000 rigid titanium bikes. 90 steel bikes will do fine. Yeah. That's one reason I enjoy Pathless Pedal, even though he does review new things, which makes sense. Um, he still like reviews like the more affordable end of the spectrum as well and gives a very honest opinion about it. So, and he doesn't take money from anyone either, which I think is pretty impressive. I don't think I don't think if I was in his position with 100,000 subscribers that I wouldn't push something I didn't believe in, but I could definitely see like how Dustin Klein and even Terry B at like the Pros Closet will send you a bike to try out where you don't have to review it positively because they're a retailer. I would definitely do stuff like that, but long years before I'd even have to worry about having that problem. So, hey Dimitri, what's up? Dimitri, I was so bummed today watching Terry stream because right when I jumped in and renewed my subscription to his Twitch stream, he was like trying to say something to me, and the stream kept cutting out. So I have no idea what he was. He was like, "Oh, I should," and then he was like, "Gonna take a train," and then it cut out again, and so I have no idea. I think Terry was trying to say that maybe he was going to use the Amtrak to try and do something similar to what we did on the CNO, but that's just me guessing because yeah, unfortunately, cut out at the worst time. So. Hey, what's up, JMZ? What about people on a we're not getting into the tricycle thing. We've already done that. Oh, Pudge, you got some Keystone in the fridge? Oh, Blackball, we can get Genesee cream ale here. Yeah. I used to buy Genesee. They had those tall boy 4-packs. They were $3 and something. And I don't even mean like ancient history. I mean like in the 2010s, like Genesee 4-packs used to be nothing. And also, a bunch of people have asked me since I put together that bike packing, the latest bike touring video that took off, where the waterfall was in Rochester, New York. And in Rochester, New York, the Genesee Brewery sits right on that amazing waterfall. If you happen to watch that video, and they have like this great brewery. And Genesee actually has a brand of craft beer, Dundee, if you've ever heard of it. And that's really decent and their restaurant was awesome, and they have this rooftop patio that looks over the waterfall in the Genesee River. And so, yeah, a bunch of people asked me what that waterfall was, and that's we were riding the Erie Canal Trail, and part of the Empire Trail. And yeah, that the Genesee Brewery is an amazing spot in Rochester. If you ever have a chance to get to Rochester, go. I think it's awesome. I was also partially going because I wanted to see the Kodak stuff, the Eastman Museum. And then when my brother was in the military, he was stationed in Rochester for 6 years. So got to stay with him. Didn't have to pay for a place either. So Schaefer, it's the beer to have when you're having more than one. Used to drink Schaefer and Schaefer Light for sure. Oh, Farley, you said you're ogling Tony's Space Horse right now. Let me try and get caught up in the comments, and then we'll pull up Tony's Space Horse because it is a beautiful build. Yeah. Opposite of what we're talking about because that's a nice build, but not over the top either. Like it's not like, we're not talking like crazy, super expensive, everything blinged out, but it looks really nice. Rick's command will kick all the roadies off the stream. Sam, you said you only like cheap bike parts. I'm a mix. Like I've always said, my Raleigh Tamland 2, and like none of it's top of the line, but I do want one bike and my gravel bike where I kind of like I want everything to always work. Like that's the bike that I want to be my It's my endurance road bike and it's my gravel bike and light mountain bike, and that is the bike that I do try and you know I did I do try and keep with fairly nice stuff and keep maintenance up. But yeah. Oh, Nathan, you said your town is a solid brewery afterburner. I haven't seen their stuff around here, so. Jacob, you said you like Russ. Yeah. When you said he takes too much to heart, I agree. Like he's making his living off YouTube, and I think he needs to drop the whole like we're not GCN thing, like don't have that GCN money. I've thought it'd be funny because like when I like promote the swag, like like the stickers and stuff, like every couple videos, like at the end of mine, like I want to like be like, hey, we're a small channel, we don't have that pathless pedaled money. Like that's just a bad road to go down because as you grow, then you're at some point going to be a bigger guy. So don't knock anyone who's made it. I know what he's doing, and I don't think he has a bad intention. I don't think that man has a bad bone in his body, but he does like the whole anticipating the comments thing, and even when I get that now, and I find myself falling down that trap, I'm like, don't. It doesn't matter. Like, say what you want to say, and you can ignore the haters and all that kind of stuff. Don't let it get to you. Don't let it go into your stuff. I think as you get bigger and you get a bigger audience and people who aren't necessarily as into your crew, that I understand how that could become a problem. I do answer some comments where people are jerks, and I'm just like, hey, go F yourself. Like, I don't care. But like some motorcycle guy said something really shitty in one of the comments, like calling our bikes toys and all that. And I was just like, hey, your fat ass probably couldn't ride up here anyways, so go F yourself. So it's not like I'm perfect on any of that stuff, but I feel like, Russ, you've made it. Like, you ride a bike for a living now. You talk about bikes for a living. Like, don't worry about them. Don't worry about those people who suck. But yeah, just my opinion. Yeah, Dimitri, on the Terry B streams, I definitely think they are in the middle of nowhere. If you ever look at a map of Idaho, how much of it is federal land, like Idaho's not a giant state, like especially when you compare it to Montana, but it is so. I can't even believe he's able to stream at all out there. So Ohio Piles. Do we have a tune? We don't have a tune about command. I'm surprised. Hey, what's up, Chris? You said Jenny Cream was your go-to in your youth. Yeah, I was. PBR was like, and I'm for reference. Well, what in 1 week turn? Wait, it's 22. Wait, do I turn 44? I'm born in 78. I Once I get over 40, I don't think about it. Wait, I'm 43, so yeah, the even year I'll be 44. I'm an idiot, but yeah. So yeah, mine was PBR. I always thought PBR was so cool, but yeah, definitely. Like I said, drink Jenny Cream Ale plenty. Yeah. Claire said, "Can you imagine the bike infrastructure if Russ was president?" For sure. Do you guys watch? I think some of you do, but not just bikes. That's the guy that I want to be running everything. That if you don't watch Not Just Bikes, subscribe to that YouTube channel right now. Like open a new tab if you're on a browser, and amazing. The guy's actually moved to right Amsterdam to cover stuff. So Dundee's nuts. Am I ever? Can I get myself caught up on these comments? Let's see. I think I'm close, right? Oh, Daryl Riley, you said you guys would love Australian beer. So you're talking about Foster's? That's probably the most offensive thing I could say to someone. My girlfriend has one of her closest friends lives in, I think you said Australia, right? Did I read that right? Has a friend in Australia and has gone down there, and Erin, had sent me a bunch of like cool photos of breweries she got to go to while she was down there. She even brought me a really cool T-shirt back from one of them. So, yeah, the Australian beers seem very similar to the way the English are doing their version of American craft beers, but Australian hops right now are like the hottest thing out there. So, I could imagine that now that because that's been 4 or 5 years since she was there, and now Australian hops have blown up. I don't think they have the diseases that we have here, so they're able to grow some new variety of hops that are more delicate. If you try and grow like non-German style hops in Ohio, they'll just get like destroyed by disease, powdery and downy mildew and all that kind of stuff. If anyone cares about this, like I said, this started as a beer channel. I do have a knowledge about this stuff on some level. So, oh, Dimitri, you almost got a space horse when you got your bike. Yeah. Well, it looks like your bike turned out really good, though. I just watched your video of your first ride too. Oh, Claire, you've been to Australia as well? Surprised how many small breweries made German style there. German style, like lagers and pilsner, seem to be coming back. I think with all the hoppy trend, like I think brewers like making really good lagers is a flex. They're way harder than making a really good IPA because there's nowhere to hide. Like your beer has to taste good and it has to be lagered right and the temperatures have to be right. You make like a hoppy beer, like if you get the hops right, it overpowers what the base beer tastes like. So I think that's kind of a big reason that a lot of breweries that you see that more and more now. Um, oh, Chris, you said 78. That was Jenny Cream days. Yeah, that's when I was born. Oh yeah, Dimitri said not just bikes left. Yeah, you left what the Toronto area for Amsterdam. Yeah, Pudgy is still all these years later just an iPhone guy. I don't know how we did a live stream, Pudgy. Did you see there's a Pudgy command? I think I just made it.
John Terry subscribed to the channel.
Well, thank you, John Terry. Daryl, you said I haven't drank a Foster's in 30 years.
Pink Pearl subscribed to the channel.
Well, thank you, Pink Pearl. Mount Biker Boy, you said you grow hops, mushrooms, as well as tomatoes, corn. I think turned is a typo, and flowers. Yeah. Oh, Claire, you went to Australia and stopped in New Zealand on the way home. Amazing. Yeah. Yeah, Erin, it wasn't long after me and Erin started dating, she already, I think she might have even had the trip planned when we started dating. So, yeah. But she's been down there a couple times because she went down there on like a research school because she showed me all the photos and they're all on film. She went down there a long time ago and they went through like um, the desert and like the jungle? What would you call that in Australia? They don't call it the jungle, like the real wooded, like dangerous parts. Like, and I mean dangerous because of like the wildlife and the diseases and all that stuff. So maybe the dingo ate your baby. Let me offend everybody from Australia right now with my accent and Seinfeld jokes. So yeah, growing mushrooms. Me and Aaron. So speaking of Aaron again, like she used to work for Countryside Conservancy, which runs the farmers markets, and they're supposed to go and make sure all their farmers are actually growing local. And we went to the mushroom farm and seeing the way this mushroom farmer and the sheds and the way you have to go through everything. Yeah, Pudgy, growing mushrooms is intense. Oh, there you go, Jacob. The bush, mate. Yeah, the bush. Yeah. We before I forget, let's pull up Tony's bike, even though I don't think he's in here. Let's pull up other bike pictures too. But we were talking about Tony's bike, and Tony's about to do a section of the Erie Canal Trail in New York, and so they just got the bike built up in time. Um, but so Dirty River like had the frame, and then the build is, you know, all custom to what him and Otis and I'm sure Large was helping make decisions on this one too. But check this out. So I wasn't sure how I felt about this colorway on the Space Horse, but seeing it with the way he built it up with so much of the silver bits, like absolutely beautiful. Let me move my face off the handlebars. I'm going to put myself in the chat for a minute, so sorry for the replay. But yeah, look how great this turned out. So it's got the Velo Orange cranks. Was the stem a salsa large? I think the stem's a salsa. As you guys know, I know nothing about SRAM, so some kind of SRAM shifting system. I'll rival. And I think it's a 50 in the back. He's got the Rene Ayers tires, which I love. The silver bottle cages look so good on there. What is that setback seat post? Because that's not a Thompson, but it has the same kind of setback. And that silver rack up front, too. Yeah, just... Right, guys? That's just a beautiful build. The tan walls look awesome on there, too. And then that huge clearance for the that the Space Horse has. So that must be 650B. Are those those aren't ailerons? I thought the rims were going to be velocity. Those are something different. Oh, maybe Yonda didn't build. He's borrowing a wheel set, right? This is going to have velocity ailerons on it, but it doesn't yet. Maybe you have to remind me, Large. Emilio said me and my friend should do a cheap bike challenge. I'd probably win that one. Oh, what's up, Yonda? You're in here. Apex shifters with arrival rear mechs. Oh, and the wheels are Velocity Blunt polished. Okay. Seat post is, where did he say that? Velo Orange seat post. Okay. I haven't actually looked at that one on their website before. Velo Orange hubs. Yeah. Mountain Biker Boy, you said you love the color of the seawall greens. Yeah. These are the wheels. These are the final wheels. Okay. So Yonda, who's chatting, you built these wheels, right? I have no idea what sap and race spokes are, but I'll believe it. Yeah.
Scott DC subscribed to the channel.
Oh, he removed the decals, the decals, as the British say. He removed the decals on the rims. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, just looks awesome. I think there was... Didn't you guys drop a couple more angles in here? Yeah. What is the Yonda and Large? What is the rack on there? Whoops, wrong button. I wanted to zoom in on that. I could kind of see. Oh, it's a Soma rack. I was curious about the why can't oh that's as far as the picture goes. Why is that just for extra security? It uses the mid fork mount and then also goes down to the eyelets on the frame. Ooh, I like the cloth bar tape to finish off the is that leather or faux leather on the bars? Which I also want some of that for my Marin build. I want the leather to match my Brooks saddle. Is that the Brooks bar tape? Oh, let's see who took the photo. Is this Tony or is this Large right here with the phone? We can see the reflection in the bell. Oh, these are Cow Chipper Deluxe bars. Nice. Yonda made. Oh, I don't have a Yonda command yet either. I need to remember to make a Yonda command. So. Chris said he's looking for silver hubs for his next build, 36 spoke. Uh, someone else, I don't know. Someone else could probably recommend that. Oh, the rack is a Suma Lucas 3 rack. Soma Lucas 3 rack. Gotcha. Can we say nice rack before 10 p.m.? Yanda weave the cloth to finish the tape himself. uh, if you guys don't know Yanda, you would find that funnier if you did know Yanda, I guess is the way we should say that. It's an alloy rack, so the mid fork blade mount makes it stiffer. Gotcha. And that is Brooks tape. Okay. What is the tape that I have on my Trek 500? That's like the Cardiff. Yeah, we talked about this before, which I really like as well. But I do like the. Just looking for my boxes over there. But yeah, boxes. Before 10 p.m., we call it a basket. You'll get a command, Yonda. I added a bunch of new ones today. I'm not. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're bettering. We're bettering the stream. What's up, Rusty? Oh, Yonda's talking about the silver hubs. He said Velo Orange is probably your best affordable option if you have time and funds. Phil Wood is the top choice for silver. Nice. Pudgy likes Hope Pro 4 hubs. Bang for your buck. Oh, Rick, yeah. Blue Lug Ohio style. That is like, even look at the braided cable housings up here. Where did that go? Where was that? Oh, right here. Oh, that's Jaguar. Why haven't I seen this? Yeah, this is I think this is Blue Lug worthy, right? Rusty is trying to ride a Century with Lanky this Saturday. I don't know. Is Dylan still in here? He was in here earlier. He was trying to come up this way and ride this weekend too, so maybe he'd be into it. Our buddy Gabriel, who we rode with in D.C., is going to be in town and having a birthday in Kent, which wouldn't necessarily preclude me from doing that because just as long as we end up out that way. But yeah. Oh, Chris, you're the one who ordered the Rock Tour too, right? Didn't we talk about this in the comments on when I was riding Otis's Rock Tour? What? Refresh me, Chris. What color did you go with your Rock Tour? Because I think you told me that, if I remember correctly. I definitely was talking about somebody about a Rock Tour in the comment section, but this is not some weird flex. I've always been bad with names. It's not that I might have too much to remember. So, Rick said Blue Lug wouldn't touch that VO trash. Blue Lug builds Surleys, man. Like, yeah, too bad Vuelta only makes black hubs. That's the shit. So. Oh, Chris, you said dark blue pearl. Yeah. If you're not in the Discord, you'll have to, once you get that bike, drop a photo in there for us so we could check it out. Like I said, Oh, and you have the Gunner crosshairs now. That's right. Yeah, I'm serious. Like, I'm not at a point where I want to buy another frame, but if something happened to the Raleigh, seriously, like I did get hit by a car and thank God the frame didn't get bent, I think Gunner would be the direction I would probably go for a frame. I think I would like the idea of getting an American-made frame that's affordable. I did see that Wild Bikes is going to be putting out some Taiwanese frames, which will be affordable next year, but that's why the Gunners are so cool. They're affordable American frames, which is just kind of neat, and built in the Schwinn factory, the Schwinn Paramount factory. I love that history, so I just think they're super cool. So, well, Sam, you said Blue Lug elevates Surly's. I think are you guys? You're not going to say that Dirty River didn't just elevate an all city with that build? I think they did. Oh, Chris, your gunner's a retirement gift to yourself. Congratulations on your retirement and on your new bicycle. So, unfortunately, Pudgy, it still won't read the members' chats out loud. They made all these updates, and I was hoping that was one of the things they were going to add, and they didn't. Stream Elements that does all the pop-ups. If you've been a member, every single month you get one of these like chats that pop up like that. So yeah, I'm kind of surprised that Wild is going to do some foreign production bikes. Like I don't have a problem with it. I just I thought like doing the American made thing was their thing. I kind of looked at them as competitors to Gunner and Schwinn, or like you said, Richard Schwinn, but Gunner and what is the actual company that makes Gunner? Gunner's their other brand. Oh, come on, Tim. I can't believe I'm drawing a blank on what the Paramount factory actually makes as their main brand now. Yanda, help me out. Uh, yeah, I was kind of surprised that Wild was going in that direction. Not as a negative, just it seemed like the Made in the USA thing was a big part of what they were doing. Their steel bikes and their titanium bikes. But Waterford, Sam, yeah, Waterford is what I was trying to say. So yeah, Pudgy, yeah, everyone's coming in with the Waterford. Yeah, it's to keep the lights on more than likely. Like you said, can't beat the profits for sure. Because you could, I mean, it's like I said, I'm not against it. That's what Crust Bikes does. They design really cool bikes, and I have a couple Crust Bike photos to pull up here. That who just dropped their evasion in the chat? Pull that up while we're talking about it. Oh, Raymond did. Yeah. Uh, yeah, but that's what Crust does. They design really, really cool functional bikes that like do something a little different than what the rest of the market is doing, but they're still Taiwanese.
Jim Morris subscribed to the channel.
Well, thank you, Jim. Oh, I didn't realize you had those new wheels on here, Raymond. That's sweet. Those new Crust branded wheels where they kind of knocked off the old Mavic logos. I think those are sweet. I was thinking about like those would be cool for my Marin build because Crust makes their wheels in 26, and they do have the one with the generator hub as well. Oh, Half Pint dropped his bike photo in here as well. Oh, that's a nice bike packing rig. Oh, I don't have it on screen. What truck is that? I'm not familiar with their more off-road options. Oh, were you saying the Silver on Otis's gunner seems to be holding up well, and you were saying that there was the blue gunner, Stu's gunner, Yonda. You were saying the blue gunner that you said the paint job chipped too easily? I'm surprised to hear that. I felt like they were doing like very specialty top of the line paint jobs on those bikes. Yeah, Waterford, as they say in Maine. Oh, Sam, you said Jeff Frayne had a Instagram post explaining the Taiwan frames. I did see that, and we were still traveling when he put that out, and I thought those were stories where he was talking about it. I never went back to try and check. I saw that they were, that Jeff did, like, they had some paint sample bikes, excuse me, that he was selling for $1,300. So if that's any indication, like, that's going to be a decent price. I mean, competitive with Crust and stuff like that for Taiwanese frames, you know. And even All City, isn't All City in the like $1,200 range for like a Space Horse? Don't quote me on that. New bike prices are not my cup of tea because all my bikes are old pieces of junk. But oh yeah, those new wild carbon forks. What are they calling those? They have a cool, but those, yeah, the 1/8, 1 1/8 carbon forks, kind of cool. Yeah, yeah, Chris, I was definitely I do want you to build my wheels, but Crust does have like ready-made wheels that are rim brake 26-inch with the generator front hub. So it's not like I haven't looked at them, but you don't need a text. Yeah, you don't really. I'll let someone answer this better than I could. But yeah, chain tension with a 3 by isn't like really a thing. It's chain length that you need to measure for, Rick. But someone is probably going to jump in here and explain this better. But there's a way to choose your chain length. You're not really choosing chain tension, which I guess there's springs involved. So yeah. Yeah, Jacob. So speaking of, you were saying Velo Orange is one of the better priced. I really love their polyvalence. And then Dylan just posted a photo of his new build, which is the which Large Marge also has this bike as well. Uh, Same colorway and everything. What is the name? My God, I I talk too much and I can't sometimes think. But someone tell me the name of this frame set. I'm dropping a totally failing here. But this is a super cool build with the Hunt wheels, the Velo Orange crankset, and then I believe it's GRX group set, right? No, he went with the down tubes. That's right. Why was I thinking he went with GRX on this? Who just did a build with GRX? Anyways, but yeah, I love, and this I think he got a bunch of this on sale. That's a saddle I used to run that saddle on my rally. Pass Hunter. Thank you, Large. God, Ass Hunter. Otis always tells me how to do my chain length and doing the well, I don't know with 3 by 9, so I don't want to. I'm not going to say because I know how to get my chain set up on a two by system. But mountain biker, you're a 3 by guy as well. Rick said, "So how do I check chain length? Semantic Nazis." Yeah. Also, chains don't stretch; they wear. While we're on the topic, but yeah, Large is selling this frame set in probably in about the same size, right? This is a beautiful build. I love the way this came out. Doing like a rando build like that. Yeah, I think like if when they put those green polyvalents on sale when they got their shipment last time, part of me was like, buy one of these. And I'm like, I don't need it. It doesn't do enough different from my rally. It's like the clearance isn't big enough difference. But yeah, the polyvalent is a bike that I've always really liked, especially in that green colorway. Oh, we got Chris's bike up here too. Chris McCallum, not Blackball, is Surly. get a full. I feel like this is 90s internet the way that just scrolled down. Oh, is it 10:05? Oddly enough, large Marge isn't large. Oh, we're trying to talk about the chain length thing. Well, let's take a break first because I have been drinking tons of water because I've been taking Advil for the sciatica, so I am about to explode over here. But I'm gonna go to uh, the fancy piddle break. I started to make a new members video, so I have everyone's names on there. So we're not gonna do the regular members video this week, but if we stream on Thursday, which I might not because I might ride to Cleveland with Micah, by next Tuesday, there's going to be an entirely new members video build up. So, Yonder, just tell them how to do it. All right, we'll be right back. Whoops. Reading text from Otis and didn't realize to turn myself back on. What is it? Otis has a hard time distinguishing between Discord and live YouTube chat, and I have a hard time explaining that to him. The comments on the side, Otis, are YouTube. There you go. Are you out, Claire? I'm sure Park Toll has some good videos that will, because it. Oh, Yanda, you do it a little different than I do. That's why I didn't want to say. We have actual bike mechanics in the chat, so I don't want to say my way to do it. Put big chain on big ring, big cog, pull tight, interlink to interlink, add 3 rivets, aka 1 full link. Join with master link.
Daryl Riley subscribed to the channel.
All right, thank you, Daryl. Let's see what other bike picks we haven't pulled up yet in the chat. Oh yeah, we got waffles and coffee. They're it was a Specialized, right? Oh yeah, Rockhopper. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, we were talking about this stem in the chat, in the Discord. If you're new here and you want to, like, where the drink picks and everything is coming from is Discord. So I'm just pulling up the web page so I could show it, but people are dropping them in the different like chats. Yeah, that's super cool. I had a photo shoot today on Akron University's campus, and there was a not the rock hopper, but there was a really cool colored all an original specialized stump jumper sitting there chained up, and it was you could tell if someone was just riding it. If they had it, it might have been their dad's or whatever. And I was like, someone would love to build that frame into something different right now. So, and everybody around me, the students and the guy I was working with, who's also a cyclist, but looked at me like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "Why did I say that out loud?" I should have just thought that to myself. But oh, we got Otis up in here now. I see. Oh, Rusty, what's up? You said, did someone make a comment about the wild carbon forks? Yeah, we were talking about the wild carbon forks. Oh, they already have one at Joy Machines. Nice. Yeah, see, I do it Otis's style, Dirty River style. Small, small, no touchy, the guide pulley chain. I don't know what he means by that. But yeah, I just go small, small, and then I link it up. Yeah, Pudgy's got the answer right there. Does it run through all the gears? Yeah. Yeah, Rick. So if your derailleur isn't getting so extended that it's not ripping off, and yeah, when it's max, and when it's, and the other way, if it's not saggy, then you don't have a problem. But a little bit of sag. As Jay Danny said, Rick has sag. Oh, you put new levers and oh, that's why you were saying, Pudgy, that you had some levers that I might be interested in, right? That GRX is nice, but it's not silver GRX. Like anyone could actually get their hands on that. Are your whiskey bars carbon? Yeah, the whiskey only does carbon, right? Well, I like your computer mount too with the light mounted underneath it. If you don't cross chain, you could do almost anything, which I also think are kind of words to live by. But like, oh, those whiskey bars are alloy. Oh, whiskey does do alloy. I actually didn't know that, guys. Well, I learned something new tonight. Besides that, Rick has a little bit of sag. Well, I didn't learn that. I already knew that. Yeah, the cross chaining thing. I think you're right. So like on my Trek 500, which I was touring on at first, that's a Shimano 105 3x9 group set. Um, and I broke the chain on tour, and I was just reminding myself, don't cross chain, which I don't like to do anyways. I don't think you should ever. I don't think you should be cross chaining. I see pros who do it, but they have a pro mechanic who works on their bike every night, so and they get new stuff whenever it wears out. But I don't cross chain. But it was one of those things. Sometimes your mind is wandering on long rides, and you think you're in the middle ring, especially on a 3x9, and you're not, and then you go the other way. And I've definitely almost ripped my rear derailleur off after I lost a couple links because my chain broke by not paying attention. So it's best to have it all set up right, but yeah, you shouldn't be overly cross chaining anyways. In general, in life, in life, not just in cycling. Don't cross chain in life. That's Crossing streams is bad as well. Excuse me. Must have swallowed a piece of dust. Hard to cross chain on a one by? No, you're always cross chaining on a one by. That's why it's just not a good system. Seriously, like inhaled something there. I thought whiskey was. I just thought the point of whiskey was that it was carbon. That's why they named it that, because it's just a brand name, right? But yeah, did not know. Rick, you cross chain like it's your job. Why? You run a three by. The point of a three by is that you don't have to have your chain being cross chained. I still have my original Trek manual for my 2001 Trek 4900, and it describes in there not to cross chain. It actually tells you in the manual which gears to use. So if you're in the big ring, and so that would be an 8-speed bike, an 8-speed Shimano bike. So it tells you only use like 7 and 8. If you're in the middle ring, you could use any of the gears in the back, and if you're in the small ring, only use 1 and 2, or whatever. But it actually has that in the manual for my old 2001 mountain bike, telling you not to cross chain it. And that, and I used to like live by that, like dogmatically. I mean, now, with one by you realize, and once you learn how to work on your own bike and stuff like that, it's not as big of a deal. But still, don't cross chain the shit out of your bike, no reason. Oh, yeah, there you go. Cosman knows what he's saying. Isn't one by cross chaining all the time? Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Gears are dumb. Rusty, you have both kinds of bikes. Well, what did Jacob say? Oh, Jacob said about to go make a video now about why one by is the best. So it would be all lies. Mike said, you actually read the manual? Yeah. You know what? I don't know if I read the manual when I got the bike, but since I somehow hung on to it through all these years, when I got back into cycling, like whatever that is now, large, right, 6, 7 years ago, and I wanted to get back into it, I'm like, I should learn how to work on my own bike because I work on my own cars. So I'm like, I should be able to fix my own bicycle. And it had just been sitting in the corner of a basement while I was a farmer, so I needed to get it all running again. So, yeah, I read the manual. One ring to rule them all. uh, Otis, Dirty River. I was just realizing that Ultegra group set on the Marin, it's a 2x9 group set that I put on the Marin build I just did. So 90s mountain bike, but mid 2000s group set, has so much trim adjustment in the front derailleur. I love it. Like in both directions, not just in one directions. Mechanical shifting, you can trim in both ways with that Ultegra 9-speed group set. It's awesome. So you don't have to have your indexing so perfect. Like, as the cables have already stretched, I do need to get it readjusted, Otis. But yeah, I could use that trim to keep the chain from rubbing on the front derailleur. So that's just in case you guys missed it earlier, we do have this command right here. That's the traveling through command. So click on that link and hit the subscribe button. 1 by for single track, 2 by for everything else. Yes, I don't have decent mountain bikes, so I can't say that, but yeah. If manuals weren't shit now, Yonda says, people would know their stuff is F before they brought it to you. Yep. Yeah, and Dirty River, you're right. My 11-speed group set, I can't tell when the front derailleur's rubbing because they put those little pieces of carbon or hard plastic or whatever on there. But the 9-speed is so much better because it actually makes noise, so you know if your chain is rubbing, and you just adjust with the trim adjustment. So I do have a campy group set, Yanda. You need to come back over on the stream. Oh shoot, I froze up here. Give me a second. I'll be back here. My vocals will still work, but see if we get this camera. I don't have the GoPro hooked up tonight because I was using it for one of the Gravel Badass videos. We'll see if we can get it back. I'll pull up a cool internet picture while we chat from the Discord. Let's see where we got to go. I should hurry up probably, right? Because you can't see my face. We'll look at Raymond's evasion while I try and figure out my camera issues. So. Oh. Campy was great for trimming the front. Yeah, so I have a Campy Sunchar 10-speed group set on my vintage carbon look that Yonda came over on the live stream and helped me get set up, but I've just never finished because, I just don't ride road bikes as much anymore. But I would still like to get finished and take out for some fun. So. Nathan said all that trim was so you can cross chain without rubbing. You're kind of right, but at the same time, like cables stretch and stuff like that, or stuff goes out of, whatever you'd call it in the shifting world, true. So at least the trim helps out. So. Pudgy says when he wears tighty whities, his front derailleur rubs. Are all B17s the same size? No, they have different B17s. I think they're supposed to be the same. No, because they even have a B17 narrow now, right? What's up, Adrian? Adrian said should have bought the buy one GoPro get one free. Yeah, gotcha on your joke. Yeah. Rick, you said you found out the B67 you've been using is short and your taint's on fire. Let's see if I can get this camera to come back on. Let's try and reset it with the software. No dice on that. Camera's making noises, but it's not doing anything. There it is. We're back. Now you just need to focus. There we go. Yeah, narrow and short are different on the Brooks saddles. That's what I was looking for. One thing I've always liked about the Brooks, and I know they're personal. Saddles are personal. I'm never trying to sell anyone on a saddle. I love B17s. I think I would have 4 of them now. And then an old French one that's the same exact shape and size as a B17, an Ideale. But I like because you can adjust where you sit on the saddle, and that'll affect the wideness of it as well. I know you're supposed to sit towards the back, but On long tours, like when we're doing the CNO and the Gap Trail, that's why I really like a leather tension saddle, is I feel like you can change your position on it, and I don't care how comfortable and how well your saddle fits you. 80, 90, 100 miles of pushing a loaded bike, you're you're going to get tired and you're going to feel sore in spots. And I feel like leather tension saddles like the Brooks B17 give you way more positions on the bike than your typical saddle that is only supposed to go where your sit bones are. And so whether Brooks says that or not, I have found it to be true. So works for me. And again, uh, everyone's so different. Everyone's shaped different. You have to use what works for you. I feel that like the nice thing about leather tension saddles is you have some movement on the saddle that can be comfortable. So I haven't tried to sell saddles that they make and they keep advertising on my Instagram feeds, Rick. I wouldn't mind trying one. Cosmin, you said you're interested in trying a Brooks but need to do some learning before purchasing. I don't know if you have a local shop around here in Akron. Dirty River has. Don't you guys? I believe Dirty River has like a Brooks that you're able to put on your bike and try out. Um, Brooks are hard to know though because they break in too. Like I like a new unbroken in Brooks, and then I think it only gets more comfortable. But a lot of like the kind of common knowledge is that a Brooks leather saddle kind of breaks in at about the 600-mile point. So that's also the tough thing where you try your typical modern saddles, you should know after pedaling around and trying out if it works or not. Sometimes a Brooks saddle might not be comfortable for you right away, but might become the most comfortable thing in the world over some miles. So I don't know how you deal with that. Everybody used to ride leather saddles. I believe that, something like a Brooks, if people give it enough of a chance, would probably end up working out because it's going to break in. And then people cheat the break-in period too. I know Yanda's talked about some methods. There's go online and read about them. There's 10 million methods for cheating the break-in system. I think it's best just to do it with your ass sitting in a saddle, but it's my opinion. So Yanda said, unless it's what do you guys, you're talking about bearings. I have tons of bikes that you just take the ball bearings out and fix the wheels. But yeah, I'm also looking at a wall full of bikes from the late 70s, early 80s. So oh, you guys are talking about the cutout Brooks saddles? Oh, Blackball, you're saying you love Brooks saddles, but you always have a problem with the nose hardware on the modern ones. The nose assembly is crap. I haven't had a problem with them, but yeah. I don't know how new or old any of mine are. I bought the one from Otis because he hated it, which I'm running on the Marin now. I traded the one that's on the Raleigh that I've got thousands of miles on for some engagement photos. Kenny, who owns Missing Falls. I don't have it in screen here. Traded me one of my old GoPros for the Brooks saddle that I put on my single speed. So I actually don't know the age of any of mine, but I assume they're modern, and I haven't had any problems with the hardware. But you know, oh, and I got one off Stu too, but that's not a B17. That's one of the real narrow ones, and I have it on my vintage Viscount because that bike's really slammed with deep drops. So the really narrow saddle works for that bike. Yeah. Oh, you said you don't loan leather saddles, Yonda? I thought there was one B17 in the shop that was rideable. Sorry, I thought you did, but I'm wrong. Yeah. Yeah, Adrian, like you're saying, naturally sit on the saddle and ride it. The problem with the B17 is they change over time. So I don't know how you get around the fact that with leather saddles, you don't know until you've ridden them for a while if you really like them. I think if they put you way off in the beginning, then, Otis was so sore from riding the one he gave to me that he could barely ride for, a week or something. So it's not going to work for them. You can't break it in if you can't ride it. But I don't have that problem with them, thank God. So Large hates the cadmiums, but we have friends who now love the Brooks cadmiums. Brad loves them. Pudgy likes them, right? So I don't like them. I hate them personally. But the fact that they work for other people, I can't say they're not good saddles. But I do not like them at all. The Gunner had a cadmium on it. And what was that? That was a C19. That saddle made me hurt for days. I was so happy when I got back on my B17. So Mono Lake, your comment's great about you sitting in your man cave, and between you and the tree, you have a Sirota. Oh, nice. A titanium Sirota, a Rivendell, a Surly Troll, a Bronze and Silva, but you only ride the Riv with the 3x and the B67. Nice. Oh, that's where the second GoPro went. Yeah. I still have 3 GoPros, and I traded one for a Brooks. Yeah. But the eight is just so glitchy. I can't even use the GoPro Hero 8. Even the 9 is very glitchy. I only use it if I'm recording one long stream. To turn the 9 on and off again is not good. When people ask me GoPro questions, buy the 10. They have a new chip in it, or hold off. The 11 comes out in September. But the 10 is the footage you get from the 8 and 9 is no worse or better than what the 10 has, but the chip is just better, and you just don't have the glitchiness of the 8 and 9, if anyone cares. But that's from using the hell out of GoPros since the 5. Had the 5, 6, didn't have the 7, but had the 8, 9, and 10. Get the 10. You don't save $100 and be miserable. Yeah, spend the extra $100 on. And now I think it's only like $350 for a 10. So, but anyway. Chris said, I am fat and they break in fast. Yeah, cadmiums don't break in, but yeah. Item 7 said, is this Narcotics Anonymous? That depends on, there's probably some overlap in here. Cell is shipped broken in? How does that make sense? How could something be broken in if it's not broken into you? That's the point of it. If you look at a Brooks saddle that 5 different people have ridden for 1,000 miles, they'll look different. So I don't want something that's already broken in. I want to make it so it fits my body, personally. So maybe Cell is shipping softer leather saddles, but to me, part of the point of a B17 is that it's going to fit you. So, like, I have Stu's leather saddle over here on the Viscount, and since he has a shorter leg, it's actually, when I got it, the saddle was actually worn and crooked. And the one I got from Kenny looks completely different from the other 2 that I'm the one who broke in. So I do see the Cell's marketing and their advertising, and they talk about that. That also makes me think their saddles aren't going to last as long as a Brooks. And I know Brooks have been cheapened over time, like everyone says, whatever. But like I said, I'm a couple thousand miles in on a modern B17, fairly modern B17, and it looks what I look like, right? That's what the saddles do. But again, like I said, I'm not trying to sell anyone on them. Sell, get it? So, but just saying. Sam Cell gives it a deep sweat. Yeah, I don't know. Again, they're making a different kind of, it's a leather tension saddle with a different intention then. It would be my comment to that. And if it works for you, there's nothing wrong with that either. Okay, so if you like it and it's comfortable for you, run it. That's what I say in all the videos. Like, um, you know, I tried out that Indian saddle that Obsolescence picked up for me, and I think it's going to go to pieces in a couple hundred miles. I have less than 100 miles on it. We'll see. It's a knockoff Brooks that's made in India, the person saddle. We'll see. But Sao. Oh, it's pronounced Sao. Anatomica, though, Pudgy, those aren't leather tensioned, are they? Those are a different kind of Sao saddle. Actually, the cell is hammocked out on day one. That's the whole point. But it's going to stretch more, right? Leather is only going to always stretch. You're always going to have to tighten it. So if it's hammocked out on day one, I don't get it. I'll look into it. Rick, you're right. I'm ignorant on it. I'm not trying to pretend like I know. I just feel like if it's already stretched, it's going to stretch more. It's not cotton, it's leather. So I think too many people argue saddles they don't ride. Yeah, I'm just logically thinking through it. Like like I said, I'm not trying to sell anyone on anything. I'm just thinking logically through it. And the fact that Brooks are tough in leather, like a horse saddle, and it wears in and becomes really comfortable. And leather has been used for 10,000 years, and there's a reason. And if you're a vegan and you don't want to use leather, I also understand that. But I don't think, for me, cadmium isn't the solution. It's a totally different kind of saddle. And if it works for you because it fits you, more power to you. But yeah, it's not a replacement for a leather saddle. It's the same company making something entirely different. It just has the Brooks name on it. So it was made from puppy belly. Anyways, I think I'm gonna have to get out of here. I have to be up at 7:30. I have about 40 business portraits to shoot tomorrow up in Montrose. Um, so my goal was not to go too late. 10:37. I'm getting there. Um, try and get some sleep with the sciatica. Yeah. So I have every half an hour from 9 in the morning till 2:30 in the afternoon. I have 6 business portraits to shoot. It's kind of going to be cool because they're an interesting look. It's not the boring basic one. They were kind of interested. I gotta sell kind of a more dynamic lighting setup, Rick, which you probably appreciate because you've probably worked out some cool stuff, and then everyone's like, "Yeah, that's cool, but just throw a bunch of light around and make us look normal." They actually wanted kind of a dynamic look with a dark background and all this stuff. And I'm actually even going to be bringing a grid on location, which Rick will know what I'm talking about, to like put an actual highlight down the side of the face and stuff like that. So it'll be kind of cool. But yeah, my goal was not to stay up and get real drunk and chat till midnight tonight, even though I do kind of feel like celebrating channel's the channel doing this well. It's exciting, but oh, Monolink, you said you've actually broken 2 B67 saddles. A Peugeot U08. Now that would have come with a Brooks new, Adrian. Peugeot used all French stuff. So if your Peugeot had an original saddle, it would have French branding on it, whether that's an Ideale or whatever it may be. I thought most U08s by the 80s probably don't even have leather saddles on them. If you have a much earlier one, it would. But by the late 70s, early 80s, I'm guessing they were using even rubber tensioned Like my Jeton is 72 and that has a 74 and that has a rubber tension saddle. But hard to say too with the French because they would during the bike boom, Adrian, they would throw like whatever was sitting around on the bikes. That's why you can get a Peugeot from the same year and like it could have different components, different shifters on it, different derailleurs on it because during the bike boom they were just pumping out bikes as fast as they could and they would literally put whatever they could on there. Not like modern bikes at all. Like I guess now maybe it is now kind of like the bike boom where people are using micro shift and stuff like that. So maybe it is almost more relatable with very modern times, but so Rusty said the reason leather had been used for so long is they had much less selection for a majority of history, which is not untrue as well. I mean, they did not have modern materials before the modern times, right? More lasers and smoke machines. Oh, Daryl, you said keep going, brother, and it's only lunchtime in Australia. Yeah, yeah, it's 10:40 here. So, Rick said chicks dig guys who ride Sal. As I was so, Dirty River said Tim, I'm getting a flyer to try Brooks again on Chomsky stuff. So I'm definitely guessing there's a lot of typos in on, going on right there. How much do you talk about Chomsky, Otis, that you get autocorrected to Noam Chomsky's last name? All right, Nathan, we'll see you later. Yeah, Adrian, too, the paint jobs are funny because, like, my nicest French bike is the Chaton Tour de France, which is a Reynolds 531 frame set, full 531 frame set, but it's got the worst paint job of any of my French bikes, which is just funny, even though it's got like the nicest componentry from the time outside campy. But yeah, French bikes are crazy. They're so funny. Uh, did I not say micro shift Yonda? Yeah. Hey, what's up, Bug Daddy? We're getting ready to sign off, so um, sorry, missed you tonight. Usually go a little later, but I was just saying that I have to be up super early to shoot portraits all day, and I don't, and they're all business management people, so not that I would want to not be hungover otherwise, but you know what I mean. I'm also probably going to be in a more serious mode of working all day tomorrow. Working like a as much as like photography is working, this will be work when you're trying to bring stuff out of a bunch of yeah, I'm sure there'll be cool people, but sometimes generally stiff business type people in suits, I have to like be trying to get some reaction and all that kind of stuff and pay attention to what I'm doing, you know, make sure I have everyone in the exact spot I need them for this kind of lighting setup. So Noam Chomsky makes you scared, Rick? I thought Noam would be right up your alley. Man, reading Noam Chomsky stuff in my early 20s was, yeah, quite eye opening. All right. Before we get too far into politics and I lose all the subscribers like last time, not that I care. I'll always speak my mind. You guys know me. So, Business Tim enters the chat. I'll talk to these businessmen about Noam Chomsky tomorrow. That'll go over real well. All right. All right. Yes. I have to be on all day tomorrow. I should get myself to bed. And I appreciate all the support. As always, yeah, appreciate all you regulars. I appreciate all the new guys jumping in. This is really fun. Like it's just I get a ramble and you guys have to just try and type and I'd be like, you're totally wrong, but you're the one with the microphone, and it's so hard to type how wrong you are. All right. Love you guys. Yeah, new video either on Thursday or Saturday. Like I said, probably won't stream on Thursday because I think me and Micah might ride to Cleveland. But got that new video that I made the post about on the channel. Probably come out on Thursday, but we'll definitely be streaming on Tuesday. So see you back here on 9 for live stuff. And yeah.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Cause
Yeah.
this not
Fitzwater photo.